Man, the wrestling world is a very, very bizarre creature. There are things that have happened in our lifetime, in this business that we all love, that we never even thought were imaginable. And they happened. Hulk Hogan, the real American, joining the NWO, joining Hall and Nash, take over WCW. Daniel Bryan, the king of the vanilla midgets, according to you clowns. Daniel Bryan, with overwhelming fan support, single-handedly changes the entire landscape of WrestleMania 30, wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and is the man in WWE after so many detractors have come out and stated that a man that size and a man that looks like Daniel Bryan will never be the face of that company. AEW, serving as real competition for WWE in 2019. So much so that they don't even have a goddamn show, and they're already pushing WWE's shit in. I love it. Or just this past Thursday. The announcement after a cryptic Instagram photo of he and his wife getting on an airplane, stating that he's having an important meeting. The Undertaker, yes, Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, WWE future Hall of Famer, the man who owns the longest WrestleMania streak of all time, that Undertaker, will be in Las Vegas Memorial Day weekend, which coincidentally is Double or Nothing weekend. The Undertaker going to be in Vegas, and he's going to be appearing at StarCast, which is a non-WWE sanctioned event. Never thought it would be humanly possible. People, I love each and every single one of you that comes here every week and watches everything that I do. I mean that from the bottom of my soul. But if I have to read another Instagram PM, or if I have to read another Twitter post, tweet, if I have to watch some video that some goon sends me about The Undertaker joining AEW, enough! I think, in the 5 years that I've been doing this show, I think most of you will have garnered some common sense. I don't believe how many people on Thursday afternoon were claiming that WWE was allowing The Undertaker to work Double or Nothing, or The Undertaker is going to show up at Double or Nothing, or The Undertaker signed a fucking multi-year deal with All Elite Wrestling. This is the shit I have to hear. Use your fucking brains, people. Use your fucking brains. A, why would The Undertaker, after 30 years of service to Vince McMahon, all of a sudden want to work for All Elite Wrestling? Why would you want to see The Undertaker in an AEW ring? We didn't want to see him in a fucking WWE ring back in November. The guy has no WrestleMania plans. The guy has nothing as far as plans for the next Saudi Arabia show in May. And people are making videos and clickbaiting about The Undertaker joining AEW. Man, when I say the average wrestling fan are probably some of the dumbest people walking God's green, I mean it wholeheartedly. The Undertaker is scheduled to do StarCast, Double or Nothing weekend, and nothing more, people. It is a payday for a man who has given us years years, 30 years of his life in this business. He wants to get paid. If Conrad Thompson and everybody in charge at StarCast wants to pay $25,000 an hour for The Undertaker to appear for a random afternoon for 2 or 3 hours, God bless them. They got the money to throw around. God bless them. Look at it as Conrad and everybody involved is giving back to this thing that we love called professional wrestling. He wants to get all the biggest names under one roof, and there you go. The Undertaker is not wrestling at Double or Nothing. He's not wrestling for AEW. We're not going to get some random fucking rematch from WrestleMania back in the day with Batista and The Undertaker at Double or Nothing. It's not happening, folks. This is merely a payday. Dave Meltzer mentioned this on Wrestling Observer Live, and he mentioned The Undertaker's WWE contract as a wrestler has expired. It has expired. Now, The Undertaker's not booked for WrestleMania or the Saudi show in May. It was also said that the Prince of Saudi Arabia, if he wants The Undertaker, will probably offer him enough money to do so. So that remains to be seen. Meltzer says, and I quote, "At least as of a week ago, he was not doing either WrestleMania or Saudi Arabia. And obviously WWE can panic, and the Saudi Arabia show, if the Prince wants to throw him this big offer, as much money as he can, he's going to do it. But as of a week ago, he was not on either show. So I think, by all accounts, he is a retired wrestler. So folks, if The Undertaker has an expired contract from WWE as an active performer, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Whatever he wants. But if you think The Undertaker is going to be in a Double or Nothing ring at the MGM Grand Arena, I mean, color me fucking pink. If it happens, I'll dye my fucking hair. It's not happening. It's not happening. Now, The Undertaker is making $25,000 an hour to do appearances, or $60,000 for 3 hours. Is whatever deal you want. $25,000 an hour, or you can take the bundle at $60,000 an hour for 3 hours. There you go. Therefore, that is all that is going on with StarCast. Now, it certainly is one of those fantasy situations with AEW possibly pulling in The Undertaker for the event, but he is very unlikely to wrestle for AEW. I don't think The Undertaker will do that to Vince McMahon. So let's end it. Undertaker's at StarCast. They're paying him. God bless him. If you want to pay all this extreme amount of money for 10 seconds with The Undertaker, which I'm assuming the pictures itself are probably going to be $200, $300 a pop. Easy. Picture and autograph. God bless you. Go have a blast. That's all that is. So let's end it right there. He's not joining AEW. It is a WrestleCon-like convention with special events all weekend. He's there. He belongs there. He deserves to be there. He deserves to make this type of money after giving so many years for our enjoyment. Let's end it. Okay? Moving on to more important matters. The Usos. The Usos. Now, the Usos are scheduled for a tag team title match with McMiz TV. Would you like fries with that? A possible add-on with a milkshake? Did you want the little Lego toy that comes in the Happy Meal? Did you want a heart attack waiting to happen by eating garbage fast food? Which one? All of the above? No question. No problem. We'll give it to you. The Usos. They're in an interesting situation right now, being that on Sunday, they're vying for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Jimmy Uso was recently arrested by trying to bring one of the police officers, I don't know where this was, Detroit. He tried to bring one of Detroit's finest into the Uso Penitentiary. He failed. He tried to fight a police officer after he and Naomi's car smelled like alcohol. No DUIs were given, thank God. But Jimmy Uso was handcuffed and had to post bond after being charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction. Now, one might think that WWE is going to punish the Usos. A lot of people have asked my opinion on this. JD, is WWE going to punish the Usos? Are they going to get buried on Sunday night? My loyal goons! Nothing like that is even close to happening on Sunday. You see, one of two things happened here. Either the Usos don't give a shit about their current standing with the WWE, they're looking for an easy way out, or some way of subliminally telling WWE we don't give a shit because we're going to AEW. They either don't give a shit and know that they're on the way out, because AEW would be happy to have them in their tag team division, or it's one of those instances where I don't know why they're partying unless there was some special occasion. First of all, you shouldn't even be drinking and driving anyway. You're a complete fucking buffoon if you even entertain the idea. There's things on our phones, an app called Uber or Lyft. I don't know where the fuck they were going. Maybe they were going to the next town, but why would you be drinking after SmackDown Live? I don't understand that. Like, I don't know what happened on SmackDown Live, and in that time from SmackDown Live to their rental car that they had to have a few cocktails or a few beverages. Why? Why? What is the reason? You're just going to work in the next city the next day. I don't understand that. It's a work week. Why are you indulging to a point where you're getting pulled over and your vehicle is smelling of alcohol? Kind of dumb. Maybe the Usos think that they're untouchable. Yeah, our contracts are up. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Let's have a few beverages here on the way to the next city. We're going to win the tag team titles on Sunday night anyway because, well, look at it this way. You know, the WWE's pretty much going to have to give us the tag team titles because if they want to keep us, they got to keep us happy. Folks, if you think the Usos will be punished for this, you are wrong. They will be punished with tag team gold. If it happens on Sunday, I would not be shocked. If it happens at Fastlane, I would not be shocked. The Usos are going to be tag team champions. And I'm predicting that the Usos win the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships on Sunday night for one reason and one reason only. And it's not because The Miz and Shane McMahon are going to have their differences and break up and then feud going into WrestleMania. That's a small, minute part of the problem. Now, the major thing here is that the Usos are going to be given the tag team titles because there's something running wild in AEW, or WWE rather. There's something running wild in WWE called the AEW effect. You see, the WWE knows the Usos' contracts are coming up in April. So what are they going to do? They're going to do the same thing like they did with the Revival. Why were the Revival given the tag team championships now? They came out of NXT, the best tag team on the planet. Why? You didn't look at those guys then and there as your tag team champions or future tag team champions soon after they were called up, but you look at them now as tag team champions? I wonder why. Just like the Revival, given the Raw Tag Team Championships, the Usos will be given the SmackDown Tag Team Championships because their contracts are up and the WWE is afraid that they're going to AEW. This is fact. This is not some random fucking idea. This is 100% factual information. Seriously. Okay? This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks this as well. Brian Alvarez actually mentioned this on The Observer following the news breaking of Jimmy Uso being arrested. I think you'll be surprised because the Usos' contracts are coming up here in a few months and the company doesn't want them going to All Elite Wrestling. I wouldn't be surprised if the Usos won the title on Sunday. Do I need to explain myself anymore? Now, the Usos' contracts are up in April, and WWE is very concerned about losing them to AEW's tag team division. The Sons of Rikishi still might beat Shane McMahon and The Miz at the Elimination Chamber. The thoughts of the Usos versus the Young Bucks, the Usos versus SCU, the Usos versus the Lucha Brothers, the Best Friends. Actually, very, very nice on one's mind. WWE does not want that. Therefore, Jimmy and Jay might still win the tag team titles for SmackDown Live on Sunday night at the Chamber. Are they a bunch of immature losers at this moment? Yes, they are. I don't know why your car is reeking of alcohol or why you're drinking and driving. Apparently, they were driving down the wrong road. They were driving the wrong way on a highway or something like that. Really? Really? I mean, if you are that intoxicated, you have to be out of your fucking mind, stupid, to even think about getting behind a wheel. This is the result of stupidity. Now, Naomi said that her and her husband are okay. I don't think WWE is going to do anything about this. They actually released a statement saying that Jimmy and Jay Uso, the Usos, are responsible for their own actions. And that's all they said. There was nothing about looking into it further. There was nothing about doing an investigation or nothing along that matter. They're responsible for their own actions. What are their actions? Do they not give a fuck to a point where they are telling WWE indiscreetly that we're done and we don't really give a shit about you or the company? Or are they sitting there with this mentality that they're bulletproof and they kind of know that they're going to get the tag team titles because their contracts are up, so let me bend the rules a little bit? Either way, it's fucked up. If you don't want to stay with the WWE, graciously tell them, listen, we want more. These guys are offering us more in terms of creative freedom, money, and opponents. Until you fix your tag team division, I think we're going to entertain this option. And nobody is bulletproof. I don't give a fuck. If you are a bad employee, you are subject to termination or suspension, dock of pay, whatever. Please, do the right thing. No matter how much we hate WWE or how much you hate your employer, please. Now, if it's really one of those situations where you've been dicked over, I don't blame you. Give them the finger, fuck you, walk out. But I think the Usos have been treated pretty decently, I would say, to a point where it's on them to graciously tell WWE, listen, we love you, we want to be here, but things need to change. Long-tenured guys like that have the power to tell WWE what they want, what needs to be changed in order for them to stay, so fucking do it. If this or this action here is part of some fucking weird shenanigan to tell WWE to kindly fuck off, or, you know, them thinking that they're invincible, that don't fly with me, man. That really don't fly with me, and I'm sure WWE, it normally wouldn't fly with them, but being that AEW is like the fucking sea creature from Cloverfield right now, destroying New York City, what could they do? Oh, no, don't worry about it, man. We'll sweep it under the rug. Oh, don't worry about it, bro. Don't do it next time. That's all they're going to do to the Usos. Speaking of tag team championships, I want to show you this. Look at this. Tell me you are not getting a major hard-on right now. You see, these titles were titles that I longed for when I was a child, and I seen teams like Demolition and the Hart Foundation wearing these titles. I wanted to reach through the TV screen and gently pet them, feel the prestige. I felt like it was some fucking magical power if I touched this shit, right? Look at those belts, man. Look at those belts. The World Tag Team Wrestling Champions with the WWE logo as side plates. You got the eagle standing on top of the world. The WWE logo at the top of the eagle. I love it. Absolutely love it, man. These titles represent importance. These titles represent prestige. These titles are being talked about by the Revival. The Revival want to bring these titles back to WWE television. So much so that they actually teased bringing them back on social media. The Revival are now I wonder why. The Raw Tag Team Champions. You know why. The Raw Tag Team Champions. And it took a lot of work to get where they are now. If you want to look at it that way, all that needed to be said was, Vince, go fuck yourself. We're going to AEW. We want our release. So clearly, WWE cannot lose anybody right now to AEW. They cannot strengthen AEW with disgruntled talent. So they gave them the Raw Tag Team Championships. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson are huge fans of tag team wrestling and also hardcore students of the game. History means a lot to both men. Therefore, it looks like new tag team titles could be in order for the top guys. Dash Wilder commented on Twitter that fans could see a revival of the old school WWE Tag Team Championships as he posted a photoshopped picture of both he and Scott Dawson wearing the classic straps that you just seen photographed here on Off the Script. Now, Dash Wilder says, and I quote, "The people have spoken. Don't deny the universe at WWE. Bring back the GOAT championships." End quote. Now, with Daniel Bryan recently introducing a wood championship with a hemp strap. I don't know if Kevin Dunn likes hemp, but he'll chew right through that motherfucker to get to the wood that is engraved on that title. He might be spitting up some gems, but as long as he's got the taste of in his mouth. And you never know if WWE could bring another title alteration into the picture soon enough. These old school titles certainly would look great around not only the Revival, but anybody that's wearing them. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. I doubt we see this. I'd be very surprised if there is a revival of the old school WWF Tag Team Championships. But I don't know what the issue is. I think there might be some copyright issues with the old school titles. That's why WWE needed to create all new titles. I'm not really sure on that. I have to do a little bit of digging and a little bit of investigation. But I do think there's a copyright issue with some of those titles. Now, I think this would be great. And I think this would be fantastic if WWE can maneuver their roster and get these titles back to television. Get rid of the Raw and SmackDown ugly silver dollar looking championships on that red and blue strap. Bring back these championships. Have some sort of tournament or a ladder match of some sort at WrestleMania. Get rid of these titles, bring back these titles, these old school championships, merge the divisions, and have these titles be the standard of that entire tag team division. I think it's great. It's not going to take a lot of work to do that. I mean, you're already talking about doing it with the women, so why not do it with the men's tag team division, which actually needs more help than the women's division. I think this would be great. And listen, if it's one of those things that's going to keep the Revival happy, why the fuck not? If it's going to keep them from having any thoughts of entertaining AEW and going to AEW, why the fuck not? Not only do the tag team titles need a revamp, but man, the tag team division would have a whole new look if you bring back these titles, man. It would actually feel a little bit more important. Obviously, more work needs to be done, but I think this is a great idea. And who knows, being that the Revival have been given a top spot in the tag team division, have been given the tag team championships, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not bring back the old WWF tag team championships? I had to go over all that. That was the late breaking news yesterday, and all this news broke when I finished part 1 of Off the Script, where we talked about Batista and Jericho meeting and Batista meeting with the WWE, Batista talking about joining AEW or WWE. We went over that 2 hours of podcast, and then this news breaks about The Undertaker doing StarCast and the Usos getting arrested, Jimmy Uso getting arrested. So I figured I'd talk about it right here on the intro of part 2 this Saturday, man. We have a lot more to come, and that is the Elimination Chamber preview and predictions, man. That's all you're going to get today. We're going to go over the Chamber, and then, obviously, the Chamber is on Sunday night. I'm not sure if you remember there's a pay-per-view on Sunday night. I think most of you forgot that there's a pay-per-view on Sunday night. Do you care? Probably not. Why don't you care? Because look at the weekly television. They didn't make you care about a goddamn fucking thing about this pay-per-view on Sunday night. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over the preview and predictions for the Elimination Chamber right here on Off the Script, February 16th. It's my brother's birthday, man. Mr. Legionary Frank. Happy birthday, bro. And we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber preview and predictions right here after the intro on Off the Script. Off this shitty fucking product by coming on here and speaking the fucking goddamn truth about this fucking filth.
And I can book a better show taking a fucking dump after eating my fucking Chipotle chorizo with extra cheese.
I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Have I ever? Of course not.
WWE is great, man. Fuck you, Japan, and Kenny Omega, Okada. Delete! What is it, Vince? Can I suck your dick? What is it, Vince?
And this is the #1 fucking podcast.
Right here on YouTube.com!
This is Off the Script. Man, oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Not excited about Sunday, because the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is happening. And I couldn't give a single fuck about what happens on that show. Believe it or not, we have women's tag team championships that are going to be crowned to somebody. And I don't care. Typical WWE. But what I'm excited about, man, Alter Bridge has a new album coming out in October. Can't wait. Can't wait. Miles Kennedy and his sweet melodic voice back with Mark Tremonti. I can't wait. Can't wait, man. I don't know what the album title is going to be. Right now, they're promoting it as Alter Bridge 6 for their 6th album, unless, there is one that I don't know of. 6 albums. And Tremonti stated that they are writing new music, that him and Miles go back and forth. They meet up, they throw ideas around with whatever they came up with on their own, and they just kind of combine those ideas, and then poof, music. Can't wait to see what happens, man. October is the time frame, usually when Alter Bridge releases a new album. Then Tremonti said he's going to finish up this summer with his solo project, which I have not seen live yet. Hopefully soon. And then Alter Bridge is going to be touring. Can't wait. As soon as they are in the area, I am going. Tickets will be purchased upon announcement. I can't wait. So I'm excited about that, man. But what I am excited for is Off the Script, as always, on Saturday as well. Part 2. This is February 16th, 2019. Off the Script 261. Happy birthday again to my brother Frank. I will probably be seeing him at some point today. And I don't know what the plan is, so we'll see what happens with that. But he is 34 years young. And he's got new music coming out himself. He's got a new song coming out. He's in the studio right now. It's an 11-minute long epic. No vocals. Instrumental. So we'll see what happens with that, man. As soon as I get that file, we will be debuting that here on the podcast. Excuse me. Excuse me, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. My allergies have been absolutely terrible. Like the last week. I don't know what's going on. It fucking pisses me off. The amount of times I've woken up in the middle of the night because I can't breathe is ridiculous, man. It's at an all-time high. It sucks. It sucks. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Chamber, and we're going to talk about everything leading into the Chamber, random news and notes on all of these unimportant matches that are happening on Sunday night. But before we get into that, I got to tell you guys, if you missed anything about the content on the channel this week, there is a plethora of content on the channel. SmackDown Live, Randy Orton has the easiest night of his career, winning a gauntlet match. NXT, Adam Cole calls Ricochet a one-trick pony. Main event, great main event on NXT. Resident Evil, got some video game gameplay on the channel, man. Mr. X hunting me down. He wanted to be my Valentine. We got Cody and All Elite Wrestling. AEW's 2019 schedule leaked, TV deals, plan for a sequel to All In Chicago. More Resident Evil. This fucking clown had his eye on me, and I showed him. And then we got the dogs, man. I love animals, but these motherfuckers, I swear to God, man, a bullet right to the eye. I don't give a shit. This motherfucker, Grimm's Toy Show, man, he disappeared. I found evidence, and now he don't believe me. Whatever, man. And then Becky Lynch, suspended for 60 days. Charlotte versus Ronda scheduled for WrestleMania. Everybody having their fucking panties bunched up. We talk about it on part 1 of Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and check that out. We talk about that as well as Batista and Jericho meeting for dinner. Possible talks with AEW. Batista meeting with WWE. Possible WrestleMania plans. Plus, like I said, we go over the Becky Lynch, Charlotte situation. How Becky Lynch is going to come back. How I would go about it and book Becky Lynch to get back to TV and get into the WrestleMania main event. Lots of stuff going on in part 1, man. So make sure you guys go and check all of that stuff out. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206 on Twitter and on Instagram. Please make sure you guys hit up the Instagram. Thank you for the follows over there. We are close to 6,000 followers on Instagram. I'm on there a little bit more because it's fun. And it's a new take on the podcast. 60-second clips giving you guys like funny highlights and whatnot. You guys get to see a glimpse into my personal life sometimes as well. Instagram, man, same thing as Twitter. JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you guys turn on the bell and notify yourselves of all uploads. Not some, not ones here or there, all uploads. Make sure you guys turn on the bell and hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 107,000 subscribers. Follow me on Twitch as well, JD from New York. I was streaming Apex Legends the other night, man. Some good stuff. Really, really fun. I'm enjoying myself over there on Twitch. If you guys enjoy the video game thing, hit a follow, or hit the follow button, rather, and follow me on Twitch. And if you guys want to support on the podcast through Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. You guys are loving the audio versions, man, because not only do you guys get the audio versions as well as the video versions early, but you guys get the audio versions of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever off the script extra, depending on what it is, if it's long enough. And you guys get your own RSS feed as well. So you can take that link, copy that link into your podcast player, and you'll be able to listen to Off the Script on the go, man. Your own personal RSS feed. So you guys are loving that. And thank you guys so very much for supporting on the Patreon page. We are now at 85 shirts in total, man. We need another 15 for the entire month, man. We got a whole month, half a month to do it. Make sure you guys go and get your JD's Elite t-shirt exclusively on bonfire.com. Link will be down in the description below, man. You guys are kicking ass with this shirt, and I got to shout out a few of you who ordered the shirt yesterday, man. Thank you guys so very much. I got to shout out Cruz. I got to shout out Bailey. I got to shout out Jordan, and I got to shout out Danielle for ordering t-shirts right here for Off the Script, man. JD's Elite, exclusively on bonfire.com. Go and get yours today, man. They will be shipping by the 1st of March, and you guys should see them a little bit after that, around 7 to 10 business days. So if you guys are going to be planning on coming to WrestleMania in New York City, meeting and greeting, we'll be doing events and all that stuff. I want to see you guys in New York City wearing the JD's Elite shirt. Even when I go to Vegas to be in and around Double or Nothing, I want to see you guys out there wearing the JD's Elite shirt, man. Bonfire.com link is down in the description below. Harry's. You guys know the deal with Harry's, man. Harry's.com/script. They are the main sponsor right here on Off the Script, man. I shave with Harry's once a week, every single week, and I love the closeness. I love the smooth shave, and I love how that shave gel feels on my face, man. If you guys have been using Harry's, what do you love about Harry's most? Join me and become one of the 10 million who have tried Harry's. Claim your offer today and become one of the 10 million who use Harry's, man. Harry's.com/script. Now, Harry's founders were tired of paying for razors that were overpriced, overdesigned, these gimmicks that they use, vibrating heads, flex balls, etc. These are tactics that these other competitors used to raise the prices, and they've been doing this for decades. Harry's fixed that by combining simple, clean design with quality and durable blades at a fair price. Harry's even bought a world-class blade factory in Germany that's been making quality blades for 95 years. And Harry's is so great at what they do that they've received over 20,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot and Google. Now, Harry's believes in their product so much that if you are not 100% happy with their product, 100% quality guarantee, that if you don't love it, they'll give you your money back and a full refund, man. What you're going to get when you use our off-the-script link, harrys.com/script, you're going to get this, a $13 value for free. You're going to get a blade, choice of one color of your choosing, orange, the evergreen, or the navy blue. 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and a trimmer blade. A rich lathering bottle of their shave gel. It soothes, it hydrates, it smells fantastic, and it leaves, this may be the best part, it leaves a nice tingling sensation on your face, man. You're going to get a travel blade cover as well, just for it to look good, or if you guys like to travel, you could take it on the road with you. Everybody that's listening to Off the Script can redeem their free trial today by going to harrys.com/script. Make sure you go to harrys.com/script to redeem your offer and let them know that Off the Script sent you to support Harry's, man. Thank you guys so very much for all your support on that right here on the podcast. Let's get into the news and rumors, man. I got a ton to go over. We're going to pretty much go into the entire chamber, and that's all we're doing today. Because Sunday, there is going to be no Off the Script unless something really, really major or catastrophic happens. And I'm going to prepare myself for what I hope is not a 6-hour pay-per-view with the Elimination Chamber. If it goes past 3.5, I don't know what the fuck WWE's doing, man. There's no way that this pay-per-view should be over 3.5 hours. None. I want it to end at like 10:30. You're going to start at 7, end it at 10:30. Let me sit here, do 45 minutes, and let me call it a night. That's all I ask for. If I got to sit here at 12 o'clock and watch a 5-hour Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, man, I may bleach myself. I don't want that to happen, and I'm sure some of you might want it to happen. Most of you do not want it to happen. The Elimination Chamber. It is in between the Rumble and WrestleMania. The daunting structure that is the Chamber. It is a staple on the road to WrestleMania. This year, I think, is the worst of the builds that I've seen for the Elimination Chamber. This has been truly catastrophic. It has been atrocious. It has been terrible. Nothing about this pay-per-view screams excitement whatsoever. Maybe the men's chamber, and that is about it. But this card, looking up and down this card, it looks absolutely terrible. I don't know one single person who is excited about this. I'll tell you how you can get excited about it, though. You go to WrestleRumble.com and play their Elimination Chamber Pick'em. Win some money. That's how you do it. WrestleRumble.com. Go and play the Elimination Chamber Pick'em right now this week, man. Get your picks in. Might as well start off with the first thing in my news and notes here, if I can pull my shit up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Let's talk about the women's tag team titles. Nia Jax and Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse, versus Ruby Riott, or not Ruby Riott, the Riott Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Ruby Riott has got her own problems with Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. And then Bayley and Sasha Banks. And then we got Naomi and Carmella. All 6 of these teams will be in the chamber. Might as well start off with this news and note here on Nia Jax. A lot of people think that she has backstage heat still in the WWE. I would not be surprised if she does. But Jerry the King Lawler actually spoke on this matter on his Dinner with the King podcast. Said that Nia Jax legitimately hurt R-Truth at the Royal Rumble, and there was some heat between them. Brad Shepard actually brought this story up again this week on the Oh, You Didn't Know podcast, where he revealed, I don't want to hear that ever again, by the way. I think he needs to stay where he is. Mr. D-O-double-G, please. We don't need you. We don't need to see you shucking and diving in the fucking ring with Jeff Jarrett like it's 1995. He revealed, Brad Shepard did, that while Jax did bang up R-Truth legitimately, everything seems to be cool with them for now. He says, and I quote, there was a report that came out that R-Truth had heat with Nia Jax over the Rumble where he was hurt. Then Nia Jax was trolling. I guess she was trolling wrestling journalists. So she posted an Instagram picture with R-Truth. And so I was told Nia did accidentally hurt R-Truth. Nothing serious, and there is no heat between them. End quote. R-Truth went on to win the United States Championship. He does not have a match here on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. They could always add something, a triple threat maybe, with R-Truth and Rusev and Nakamura. But if they haven't really built towards that, why would you just randomly throw that on the pay-per-view? To me, that means that the pay-per-view is worthless enough to just throw a random match on there with absolutely no hype or no build. I wouldn't do that. I think the United States Championship deserves a little bit better than that. So he won the United States Championship. This might have been a really great coincidence, or it could have been WWE rewarding R-Truth for being so cool about Nia Jax roughing him up at the Royal Rumble. Only time will tell until we get some kind of shoot interview from Mr. Killings himself. So there you go. I don't think Nia Jax really has any backstage heat. Maybe still stemming from that Becky Lynch incident on the SmackDown side. But I don't think Nia Jax really has anything to worry about backstage as far as legitimate heat goes. I mean, she's been prevalent and she's been prominent on Monday Night Raw ever since the Becky Lynch situation. So nothing seems to have changed in her status with WWE. What seems to be changing, and I hope does change, is WWE's plan to end the brand split for the women's division. Now, WrestleVotes did talk about this on Twitter. There are not many females on the main roster. We know this. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows this. I brought this up. I swear to fucking God. I brought this up back in 2016. I keep mentioning it because, you know, there are some people who think I need to, quote unquote, get off my high horse. I mentioned this back in 2016. And I ran with this idea and this notion for 2.5 years now. And the fact that it's finally coming into play, or it's becoming a reality, it's becoming a thing. I'm going to Barry Horowitz myself, pat myself on the fucking back, because there's no other fucking clown that's doing what I'm doing here in the community that even mentioned that when I mentioned it, and I haven't heard a peep from anybody since then. Merge the divisions, not only the women's, but the men's. Now, we talked about how you end the brand split for the women's division. Talked about this on Off the Script, Part 1, for episode 261 yesterday. Some of you didn't like it. I couldn't give a rat's ass. It's your opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. I got mine. I think mine is better than every other concept that I heard. I initially pitched the idea for Charlotte to beat Asuka, and then want so badly to be in the main event that she'd put the women's championship that she just beat Asuka for on the line in the main event of WrestleMania, making it a triple threat match. Obviously, WWE went in a different direction. Charlotte Flair is now the corporate one, hand chosen by Vince McMahon. Becky Lynch is suspended, and her suspension will not run up until 5 days after WrestleMania. So how does Becky Lynch get into the WrestleMania main event? By crashing Ric Flair's birthday party, putting him in a disarmor, pretty much lobbying to get back into the main event. They come to some sort of agreement that Becky has to beat Asuka again. Becky has to beat Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. She beats Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and she puts the title on the line in the main event. So confident that she's going to beat both Charlotte and Ronda Rousey's ass. Boom! Becky wins both titles at the end of the night, a la Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30, and we have a unification of both SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships. I like it, man. You might not like it because Asuka's going to be the odd woman out, but unless you add her and make it a fatal four-way, which I know is not going to happen, then we're not going to get a unification. We do not need 2 women's championships. We do not. We never needed it. We don't need it now. You got tag team championships here. How many women are on the main roster unless you're going to bring up every female from NXT? You don't need it. So, for the sake, the way I see it, Asuka's not going nowhere. Unless she's completely just disenchanted with WWE and she wants to go back to Japan. The way I see it, I think Asuka is actually doing good for the division. Asuka taking a bullet like that for the greater good of the division. I'm all for it. If I'm in Asuka's shoes, I'd do it too. Now, WrestleVotes, they tweeted out that WWE is planning to slowly shift their women's division into crossing over between rosters. This is also being done because of the Ronda Rousey situation. SmackDown, Fox, rather, that is going to be the new home for SmackDown. Fox wants Ronda Rousey on Fox and on SmackDown. So WWE is not going to put Ronda Rousey exclusively on SmackDown without having her be on Raw. That doesn't make any sense. That's not the way WWE operates. No matter how great SmackDown could be, it will always be looked at as Raw's bitch. It will be always the B show. Now, no matter how bad Monday Night Raw is, I don't know who the fuck is still calling it the A show. It's the absolutely atrocious show, or the awful show, really awful wrestling is Monday Night Raw. But WWE is going to want to have Ronda on Raw as well. So how do you kind of weave that in without causing a problem with Fox and NBC Universal, or having Ronda exclusively on SmackDown without having her be on Raw? Simple. You merge the divisions. I think the merging of the divisions and ending the brand split for the women's division probably has more so to do with that than the tag team championships, honestly. So, WrestleVotes reports that they're slowly shifting their women's division into crossing over. The plan is for the women's tag team titles to be floating, but don't expect to see this every single week. The women's division roster is slowly going to be crossing over between both shows. The plan is to have the women's tag team champions appear on both brands initially, however, not on a weekly basis, end quote. We will have to wait and see how WWE books this situation. If this means the end of the brand split, I am all for it. Absolutely. No question. No question. I've been for this and been lobbying for this since June of 2016. As long as you've been here, man. The OGs know what I'm talking about. So leave me a comment down below if you remember me speaking these truths. Now, when it happens, I don't know. How it happens, I don't know. I laid it out, I think, brilliantly for you. So we'll see what happens. I think the greater good of the division rests on Asuka's back. So there you go. I don't mind that if that is the case. Asuka will be women's champion eventually again. And I think, Asuka right now is in a very unimportant role. She's the SmackDown Women's Champion, but who was around her? She's got no competition. It's like she's backing down in NXT when she had no competition. After she beat Bayley, she had no competition. I would rather Asuka be the champion of the overall division than just be known as, she's SmackDown Women's Champion. But we got Becky and Ronda and Charlotte and this and that. When the WrestleMania main event happens with those three women, and then we got the tag team champions crowned, Asuka's going to be the third most important woman as far as importance goes in the WWE hierarchy. It's not really what I would want from Asuka. And Asuka doesn't deserve that. So we got to fix that. This is the way to fix that. Sasha Banks. I actually posted something on Instagram, man. I'm going to throw this question out at you. Okay? There was a picture that I found on social media yesterday. And it's got Stephanie McMahon and Sasha Banks looking good. Sasha's in a black bra with her entire stomach showing. Got tight jeans on, wearing a baseball cap, nice purple hair. Stephanie McMahon's wearing all leather. I think she's wearing the outfit that she actually came out to on the bikes during the Rollins and Triple H match, if I remember, at WrestleMania, when Triple H fought Rollins. The question is, which one would you choose? Stephanie and Sasha. A night with Stephanie McMahon, but you would have to remove all existence of The Undertaker from history. Or would you rather have Sasha Banks for a night? A night with Sasha Banks, but Hulk Hogan stays WWE Champion from 1993 when he beat Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9 at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. A night with Sasha, but Hulk Hogan stays WWE Champion from 1993 until the year 2020. I'm taking Sasha Banks, man. Sasha Banks all the way. I can't do without The Undertaker. I can't. You're going to have to get used to Hulk Hogan being champion until 2020. And I'm sure Sasha Banks is more of a fun time than Stephanie McMahon. That's just my honest opinion. But speaking of that, I figure I'd just throw that in there for shits and giggles. Sasha Banks. She was hurt. I guess she was legitimately hurt, and then WWE kind of weaved it into the storyline here with Bayley. Sasha Banks was hurt, and now, as of this week, cleared for the Elimination Chamber. Now, WWE released a report saying that Banks was pulled from the match due to a shoulder injury stemming from her match with Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble. Then it was said that Bayley will be in the chamber all by herself, which hardly seemed fair. Now, WWE has released another statement on this matter. After undergoing additional rehabilitation on her injured shoulder, Sasha Banks has been cleared to compete in the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match this Sunday. And she is cleared, and the Boss and Hug Connection will be vying for the Tag Team Championships. There you go. So, for all you Sasha Banks stans out there, she will be in the chamber with Bayley. Who am I taking to win, might you ask? Well, I would not be shocked. If Billie Kay and Peyton Royce win this thing, because, I mean, honestly, out of all these teams, they have done the least. They've done nothing. They have done nothing on SmackDown Live. This would be such an easy way to give them a nice little bone and make them the tag team champions. But if I'm thinking logically here, this is going to be your new tag team champions. This is not the first women's tag team champions. You got to show respect to the Jumping Bomb Angels. Your new tag team champions in this new era. They wouldn't really be the quintessential ones that you would look to build around a tag team title or a tag team division for the women. But I could see it because they've done nothing. I could also see Bayley and Sasha Banks winning it, but it would be too easy to give them the titles here in the chamber. Now, my heart says Bayley and Sasha Banks, but I would not be shocked if Nia Jax and Tamina walk out as the tag team champions. I would not. Now, I would go with Bayley and Sasha Banks, and I would build towards a competitive match with somebody at WrestleMania, whether it's Trish and Lita, whether it's Nikki and Brie Bella, somebody that's going to bring some fucking name value to these tag team championships. Tamina and Nia Jax are going to bring zero value to the tag team championships, but I would not be shocked if they win the tag team championships. Now, Bayley and Sasha Banks are entering this thing first. There you go. The two best women in this entire match entering the chamber first. The workhorses entering this chamber match first. Go figure. I would not be shocked if Billie Kay and Peyton Royce win it. Just because, like I said, they've done nothing. I wouldn't be shocked if Nia Jax and Tamina win it because. But I'm going with my heart here, man. I'm going with Bayley and Sasha Banks. I think them winning after such a miserable 2018, them winning and taking the titles into WrestleMania and really making a claim that this is their time. This is how important these tag team titles are. You know, either it's Trish and Lita coming out and challenging them in a dream match scenario, or it's Nikki and Brie Bella just coming out of nowhere because of Total Divas failing ratings every single week. I wish they'd cancel that shit. I'm going with Bayley and Sasha Banks, and we'll see what happens. I hope this match is not a clusterfuck, because tag team Elimination Chamber matches aren't my cup of coffee. So hopefully these women know what they're doing. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. And Bayley and Sasha Banks, I think, would be the best choice for new tag team champions here in 2019. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship. This match was supposed to take place on the main show, and of course, WWE moved this to the pre-show. Now, I read a report that WWE has no plans for 205 Live. They're not really going to put a lot of emphasis on 205 Live. It's just, in the report that I read, just another hour of television for the WWE Network, and that's all that they're treating it as. Triple H can do whatever he wants with it. It's just another hour of weekly television on WWE Network. Now, I don't like the sound of that because that really doesn't bode well. It doesn't create a good environment for everybody else. Like, yeah, we're here, but all you guys are another hour of television, and you're really not on our radar as far as importance goes. I don't like that at all. So, if I am a member of 205 Live, I'm looking at Mustafa Ali as some sort of inspiration here because he may be the key to some of these guys getting out. I could see Buddy Murphy being on SmackDown Live on Monday Night Raw. The guy is fantastic. I could see a Cedric Alexander, who recently tweeted that he's frustrated. What he's frustrated with, I don't know. If that's a work or a shoot, I don't know. I wouldn't doubt he's frustrated. The guy's too talented to be stuck in a 205 Live bubble. I could easily see Cedric Alexander competing for the Intercontinental Championship or the United States Championship on Raw or SmackDown. But 205 Live, instead of going out there and saying that, well, it's just another hour of television, you know, you need to start featuring these guys on the main show. It's such a fucking bland and formulaic thing that when you think of a WWE pay-per-view and you see a Cruiserweight Championship match, that everybody automatically says, it's going to be pre-show. Why? Why are these guys destined for pre-show every single fucking pay-per-view? If you want to make the show a little bit more important without actually working so hard at making it important, all you have to do is feature these guys in front of new eyes. There's nothing else going on with this Chamber pay-per-view. The fact that these guys aren't on the main show is disgusting. I don't have any words for that. There's no excuse of all the pay-per-views to feature these guys. It couldn't be the Chamber? No, but Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman is more important. Fuck out of here, man. Now, Akira Tozawa won a fatal four-way that featured, I believe it was Lio Rush and Cedric Alexander and somebody else. I don't know who it was. Noam Dar or Tony Nese or someone like that. I don't remember who it was. But Akira Tozawa won a fatal four-way here to challenge Buddy Murphy. They actually had a promo on 205 Live with Akira Tozawa this past week. And it threw some major shade at Neville. I don't know why. I think Neville is the least of your concerns right now. But you treated him like shit. So he did what his heart told him to do. He walked away. We all knew Neville was the king of the cruiserweights while in 205 Live after becoming unhappy with their booking. Go figure. Then he sat home for 10 months because WWE wouldn't let him out of his contract. Now Neville is known as Pac. He will be on Double or Nothing in a match against Hangman Page. But he was also the king of the cruiserweights for a moment in WWE, and Akira Tozawa mentioned this on 205 Live in a promo that he cut on Buddy Murphy, and he threw a shot at Neville. You think you're unstoppable, he tells Buddy Murphy. You think you're unstoppable. So did the king of the cruiserweights, but I beat him and took his title. And then all he does is, see you Sunday. And he smiles. Seeing how WWE scripts their backstage interviews, this was obviously written blatantly. Whatever the case may be, man. Saltiness. WWE is salty. Good. Buddy Murphy retains. There's no reason why Akira Tozawa is going to beat Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Unless you're moving Buddy Murphy to SmackDown or Raw, Buddy Murphy's going to retain the title. He's still the very best on that show, and if you're the very best at what you do, you are champion. That's the way I look at it. Daniel Bryan, with his new hemp wood title. AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston. An Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm smiling because of all the people on social media lobbying, pushing, hoping, dreaming, fantasizing for Kofi Kingston to win the Elimination Chamber. Oh, Kofi should be WWE Champion. He's been good for 12 years now. He just got an opportunity to show everybody what he's made of. Yes, he did. He did. And it's in his right to go out there and prove what he's made of. The ball was dropped, an unfortunate circumstance happened, and Kofi Kingston was there, and he was the recipient of a major night written for someone who wasn't named Kofi Kingston. I don't know what fucking time warp or dimension you people are living in, but Kofi Kingston is not winning the WWE Championship. Okay? If he does, he's not walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. Now, don't mix up my words. Don't let it be one of these situations where you want to hear what only you want to hear. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Okay? If Kofi Kingston wins the WWE Championship, I would not be upset that Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship. It would be a nice little follow-up to what happened on SmackDown Live. But I'll tell you what, if Kofi Kingston wins the WWE Championship, it's only going to be for a month. Because we have another pay-per-view. I'm not sure if you remember. There's Fastlane. Because we're not on the road to WrestleMania. Once we get to March, we're on the fast lane to WrestleMania. If Kofi wins the WWE Championship, and they want to genuinely surprise people on this fucking garbage pay-per-view, Kofi can win the Chamber. Kofi can win the title by pinning whomever last. If it comes down to him and Bryan, or Bryan gets eliminated by AJ Styles or something, or he eats an RKO, whatever. Kofi can win the title in a massive upset, take it to Fastlane, lose it to Daniel Bryan. Or it could be him and Daniel Bryan in the end, and he pins Bryan, and Bryan lobbies for a rematch. It's unfair, blah, 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 blah. Or he gains a rematch by other means. Kofi Kingston can take the title into Fastlane and drop it there, and then we can go back to our regularly scheduled programming for whatever Daniel Bryan is doing at WrestleMania. We all knew how good Kofi Kingston was. We didn't need a gauntlet match to prove how good Kofi Kingston is. Kofi Kingston was given Mustafa Ali's spot. And that's all it was, folks. Whatever you seen with Kofi Kingston was produced, move for move, sequence for sequence, fucking script from beginning to end. This was all Mustafa Ali. And it would have made for a great case for Mustafa Ali if he pinned Daniel Bryan like Kofi Kingston did, to put Mustafa Ali and Daniel Bryan in the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. And at that point, I would have loved to see Mustafa Ali have a WrestleMania moment by pinning Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. Mustafa Ali was scripted to be a made man on SmackDown Live. The fact that WWE did not clear him is very disheartening. He believed he was ready to go. He didn't want to give up this spot because he knew exactly what was going to happen. And this is what happened. Kofi Kingston was given the ball, and he took Mustafa Ali's spot. Now Mustafa Ali's out of the chamber. Kofi Kingston's in the chamber with all this types of momentum. He's got all this fan support and social media backing. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not going to be happy for him. I'm not going to be excited. But it's only going to be a temporary thing. You got to use your head. Daniel Bryan is not walking out of this situation, this entire situation that we're seeing. He's not walking out of this with nothing. Daniel Bryan is the very best heel right now on SmackDown Live. And that says a lot, because you got Joe and Orton and Almas. Daniel Bryan is walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. Simple. I don't want to hear anybody else's excuses. But the reason why Kofi Kingston was pushed so hard was because everything that you seen by Kofi Kingston in the match was supposed to be Mustafa Ali. Everything. Everything. Now we'll see how this plays into the chamber. And I don't know. It goes to show you, though, how WWE is lazy. Like, they didn't really come up with anything different. And they just took whatever Mustafa Ali was supposed to do and copy and pasted it to Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston's a tag team wrestler. Obviously, the pros to this are, well, Kofi Kingston looks great. He got a nice, huge spotlight. But there's a negative that comes with this as well. Kofi Kingston's a tag team wrestler. If this was an Almas or a Mysterio, I would be a little bit more understanding to it. But Kofi Kingston is part of the New Day. He is a tag team wrestler. What are you going to do, or what is this going to do for Kofi Kingston after the chamber is over? Nothing. It's going to be remembered. Oh, remember that day where Kofi lasted an hour in a SmackDown Gauntlet match before the 2019 chamber? Yeah, what happened? He won the title. Okay, he won the title. And I wouldn't be surprised if WWE gives him the title based on Black History Month, because we're still in the month of February. WWE would be that petty to do so. And that's not really something that's not really something I want to gravitate towards as well. Like, oh yeah, it's Black History Month. We're celebrating Black History Month, so let's give Kofi the WWE Championship. No, I want Kofi to win the WWE Championship because you see him as a WWE champion. You see him as deserving as a champion for such an honor. Kofi's a tag team wrestler. After all this is over, where is this going to get Kofi? Unless the New Day breaks up and he goes on a huge singles run. This is why I didn't like it. They immediately copy and pasted something for Mustafa Ali onto Kofi with no thought of the consequences behind it or what's to follow. That's exactly what it was, folks. WWE didn't push Kofi because, oh yeah, we're going to push Kofi tonight. This was Mustafa Ali's spot in the gauntlet heading into the chamber. Simple as that. Randy Orton sets record on SmackDown Live. There was some super fan on Twitter, apparently. And with Orton's quick win, I think it might have been the quickest win in his career, it actually cemented him in WWE history. A Randy Orton fan account on Twitter did some digging. And they found the following statistic and they posted it to the Vipers Twitter page. I quote, with tonight's quick match versus AJ Styles, at Randy Orton now has moved into sole possession of third place, breaking tie with Chris Jericho for most TV matches in WWE history over the past 48 years, with 746 of them. Next stop is number 2, which is held by The Big Show, with 798. It's a pretty impressive stat for Randy Orton and Randy Orton's work rate. He will certainly be nipping at the Big Show's ass pretty soon. He doesn't have to win in order to continue racking up this stat. All he has to do is actually have a match, whether it's win or loss, on SmackDown Live. I am not going with Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship. I am going with Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship because Daniel Bryan is going into WrestleMania as the WWE Championship. Hook, line, and sinker. I don't want to hear anything else. Kofi's great. Kofi had a good night. Kofi's going to have a good night on Sunday. If it results in the WWE Championship, God bless him. He ain't taking that title into WrestleMania. So don't get your hopes up. Calm down with, oh, we need to give Kofi a chance. Everybody's forgetting someone by the name of Mustafa Ali. Would you be supportive of Mustafa Ali if he went 60 minutes? That's what I want to know. Are these same people, the people that are going to be supportive of Kofi, going to be supportive of Mustafa Ali if he wasn't hurt and he went 60 fucking minutes? Let me know. I guarantee you at least half of them would not. Oh, he's a midget. Oh, he's 205. Oh, he's underweight. Oh, all he does is flips and dives. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. WWE added a stipulation to this match, folks. I'll give you one guess as to who that benefits. Braun Strowman, because the guy can't fucking wrestle. WWE once again hiding this man, protecting this man from actually having a legit wrestling match behind a no DQ stipulation. Every big match that this guy has, it's either against Lesnar, or it's a no DQ match, or an ambulance match, or a stretcher match, or a fucking cage match. Adding stipulations to Braun Strowman do nothing at this juncture. All they do is reveal that the guy's a complete waste of roster space. WWE added a stipulation to the Braun Strowman-Baron Corbin match, a war that's been going on for a while right now. They now added a no DQ stipulation. So there you go. Obviously, it's going to make this match better because both of these guys suck. But the fact that Braun Strowman is in yet another no DQ stipulation or another gimmick match, because that's all Braun Strowman is. Braun Strowman is a walking, living, breathing gimmick. That's all he is. He is worth nothing more than gimmick to WWE. Case in point, adding a no DQ match, a match that shouldn't even be on the fucking pay-per-view. If you think this is a pay-per-view match, you're absolutely out of your fucking mind. This is not even a match worthy of Raw, and you know how fucking bad that show is. So we're going right back to what happened before Braun Strowman was injured. Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman again. We didn't want to see it then. What makes you think we want to see it now? Yet people are here excited about this. I'm more excited about watching my fucking clothes spin around in the dryer for about 45 fucking minutes. I'd watch that over 4 times this match. Braun Strowman's gonna win. What the fuck's gonna happen? Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Predictable. There's nothing here about this. Nothing. What am I supposed to say about this? Is Ronda gonna walk into WrestleMania without the Raw Women's Championship? There are some fucking buffoons actually coming to me saying, Ruby Riott could win the title and WWE could throw everybody for a loop. Really? Did you go sniff glue? Did you go sniff some fucking paint chips somewhere? Please, let me in on the fucking fun. I want to feel good too. Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? If you're playing Wrestle Rumble and you're picking Ruby Riott, -20. Ruby Riott is not happy about being overlooked. Who's happy about being overlooked? Ruby Riott's one of the best females on the roster, period. Ruby Riott, who is scheduled to face Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at Sunday's Elimination Chamber event, is not happy about being overlooked. Yeah, I'm not happy about Raw being a fucking train wreck every week either. Riott took to Twitter and pointed out that she's not even being considered to go over Ronda on Sunday. She's also mentioned that her match was announced on Twitter and not on television. Now, she says via a tweet, "My title match was announced via tweet," she says on Twitter. "The match is announced for WrestleMania. Don't even have me as a possible contender. I've been underrated and disregarded. But after I beat Ronda Rousey this Sunday, I won't be overlooked again. And Miss Charlotte, I'll see you at WrestleMania." Honey, listen. Ruby, honey, listen to me. If you're feeling disrespected or disregarded, I have the perfect solution for you. You let your contract run out, and then you go pick up your cell phone, you ask around, ask some colleagues, because I'm sure that they have his number on speed dial, and you go give this man a call. You go give Cody Rhodes a call. And I'm sure he will look at you and graciously give you a huge spot in the AEW women's division. Okay? There you go. Simple. There is a solution to all of your problems. Ronda is going to win, folks. Ronda is going to win. Listen, everybody's got their turn with Ronda Rousey. You know, Ember had tag team matches. Nia had more than her fair share of chances with Ronda. Alexa Bliss had more of her fair share. More than the fair share with Ronda Rousey, I should say. Sasha, Bayley, right? Everybody on Raw had their nice go. Even Dana Brooke. Even Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox, the fucking irrelevance, were thrown around by Ronda Rousey. Judo flipped. Whatever you want to call it. So now it's Ruby Riott's turn. Now it's Ruby Riott's turn, one-on-one on a major pay-per-view. And I think Ruby is going to do well here. She always does well. And I hope, coming out of this, that she uses this, just like Sasha Banks did, as proving ground as to, when Ronda's not here, you motherfuckers better be looking at me. And I hope that she goes in there with that type of mentality, and I hope that's the result of this match, because she's too good. Ruby Riott is too good to not be a women's champion on this show. Or in this company. So hopefully she takes this match and uses that as a way to say, you better be fucking looking at me, Vince, because I'm going to go in there and I'm going to steal the show. Ronda Rousey, this is WWE's golden child here. The money-making machine, Ronda Rousey, stated that there is a lot of inconsistency with WWE's booking. Listen, you're not telling me something that I don't already know, honey. You're not telling me something that is new to the general public. Ronda Rousey didn't seem too thrilled about not getting a chance to team with Natalya at the Elimination Chamber. Instead, she is the Raw Women's Champion and has her own singles match against Ruby Riott. I don't know why she wants to be in the chamber. I'd take a match with Ruby Riott more so than the Elimination Chamber Tag Team title match. Now, while giving an interview on her YouTube channel, she has a vlogging channel, she got her own personal YouTube channel, Rousey said there are inconsistencies in WWE's booking. There won't be anything to stop her from looking forward to challenging for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles somewhere down the line. Imagine a Ronda and Shayna Baszler tag team. Ooh. Ronda and Shayna versus Sasha and Bayley. Take my fucking money. She says, and I quote, "There seems to be a lot of inconsistency in the selection, you know. Some of the people on Raw had to have matches to qualify for the tag team title match at the Elimination Chamber, and then Sonya and Mandy just declared themselves for it. I don't understand how they can just declare, but we can't just declare." Now, I don't know why she wants to declare when she's the Raw Women's Champion, but she does have a point. And I don't know why people are declaring and then some are not. I don't understand it. Rousey then asked her dog, "Who took our declarative rights away?" before laughing and saying it is what it is. End quote. Ronda Rousey would love a chance to make history by winning the tag team championships, but right now that is not in the cards. Worry about Becky and Charlotte at WrestleMania, Miss Rousey. Speaking of WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey likely to wrestle for WWE after WrestleMania. Rousey did say on social media, but I think it was all part of the storyline, that she wasn't happy about not having a singles match with Becky Lynch. She said it wasn't best for business. Therefore, it certainly sounds like she wants this match one-on-one. Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live how certain he is that WWE will not only get Ronda after WrestleMania for at least another match, but fans will be very happy with WWE's plan. He says, and I quote, "I would bet with 85% certainty that you're going to get a three-way at Mania. But you're going to see a Ronda versus Becky Lynch singles match in May or whenever the next pay-per-view is." Alvarez went on to say that the triple threat match at WrestleMania will likely be for the singles Raw title. It will be better than any eventual singles title match that Rousey and Lynch might have. It was also said that Becky Lynch will likely win both contests. Now, we will have to wait and see what WWE does, but the fans, again, should not be too upset with Becky sitting out right now because the eventual storyline is in the fun of getting Becky in. How, when, and why? Where? That's the whole fun of it, folks. This is pro wrestling. WWE, I don't think, well, more times than not, they're fucking stupid, but I don't think they're that stupid this time around. So Rousey going to drop the title to Becky and Ronda in May. They need a big match headlining that pay-per-view because it's a garbage, what is it, Backlash? Extreme Rules? So those B-level pay-per-views, if you're headlining with something like that, it's a great way to get some interest on those otherwise lame shows. Miz and Shane versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I'm going with the Usos here simply because of what we discussed in the open of this show. Even though that Jimmy was arrested, I do not see this being a hindrance on winning the tag team championships. The Usos, yeah, they beat the Bar, but this is the Usos. The Usos are on another level compared to everybody else, man. You're not going to beat the Usos. Miz and Shane have some back and forth here, and this is going to start leading to cracks in their team. The Usos are going to win the tag team titles because Miz and Shane are probably going to go on to WrestleMania and have a match one-on-one. The Usos, I'm very interested to see who they go on to WrestleMania and challenge for their tag team titles. And being that AEW is coming knocking in April, the Usos' contracts are up. I do not doubt WWE will give them the titles to keep them happy. Usos, new tag team champions on SmackDown Live. Finally, guys, Bobby Trash Lee and Leo Rush versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. How pathetic. How pathetic it is to have an Intercontinental Championship match for Balor, and it's contested in a handicap match. Do you know what this means? This goes to show you that it's like a give and a take situation. WWE gave Balor a great 8 minutes with Brock Lesnar. Nobody expected Balor to beat Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon was never going to have Balor go over Lesnar. But he lasted 8 minutes. He gave us a nice edge of our seat moment there. And he ultimately failed winning the Universal Championship. So WWE, in this situation, they pull Balor out of that and they give him the Intercontinental Championship opportunity. But you got to see what it is underneath that IC title opportunity. A lot of people are blinded by that IC title opportunity, but you don't really see what is going on here. This is another case of WWE not believing, or notably Vince McMahon not believing in Finn Balor. Bobby Lashley is garbage. I would take Finn Balor 10 times out of 10 over Bobby Lashley. Now, Vince McMahon's mentality is, well, we're giving Balor an IC title opportunity. It's one of the most prestigious titles in the company, but it's got to be contested in a handicap match because I can't have Finn Balor pin Bobby Lashley to become the Intercontinental Champion. But he can pin Lio Rush to become the Intercontinental Champion. Do you see how fucked up that sounds? Why doesn't Finn Balor deserve to pin Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship? Why do you have to give Bobby Lashley the Intercontinental Championship if guys like Balor can't believably beat him? Do you see how fucked up this is? Lio Rush is only there to take a fucking pinfall if that is the idea of giving Balor the IC title. You know? It's sad. It is downright sad. Meltzer thinks this is a fucking stupid idea too. You know? And he's not defending this booking decision at all. Either way, it looks like Balor could be set up for a title win after he failed beating Brock Lesnar in Phoenix at the Royal Rumble. A handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship because WWE does not want the perception of Finn Balor pinning Bobby Lashley. They'd rather him pin Lio Rush, and that's the only reason why Lio Rush is there. I'm going with Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship. If Balor doesn't win the IC title, he wins it at Fastlane in a one-on-one match, I hope. But being that it's Black History Month, I'm not sure if they're going to want Bobby Lashley losing the title in this month, so they'll probably wait till Fastlane to take the title off him. The title on him looks fucking atrocious. It looks ridiculous. Bobby Lashley does not mirror anything championship-wise in this company. The guy is a complete fucking failure. He's a failure. And the fact that this guy is being pushed in a prominent role and gets zero fucking reactions. I don't know who the fuck is interested in seeing Bobby Lashley. When there's a draft, I hope they draft Bobby Lashley to fucking unemployment. Seriously. Horrible. I'm going with Balor. Balor's your new Intercontinental Champion. I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. Thank you so very much for all your support. We have another hour-and-a-half podcast completed. There will be no podcast on Sunday. You guys will be getting a Resident Evil video instead. So look forward to that. My chase with the alligator. You're going to want to see this, man. Fucking some scary shit going on down in the sewers of Raccoon City. But I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so very much. Remember to follow me on social media at JD from NY206 on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. I failed to mention earlier that when you sign up for the Patreon page, you get automatic entry into my new Discord server. New Discord chat, man. So we're going to be on there. I'll be posting shit in there as well. So if you guys want to sign up for that, patreon.com/JD from NY206. We may be implementing some live Discord Q&As, man. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. I'm going to test that out in the near future. So patreon.com/JD from NY206. Get your shirts, man. JD's Elite. Exclusively on bonfire.com. Link down in the description at the very top. Go get yours today, man. We're at 85. Let's bring that motherfucker up to 100. Also, check out all the other videos that you might have missed this week. There is plenty for you guys to stay entertained with on the channel. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys sign up for Audible. Get your free book today just for signing up and listening to the podcast. Audible is giving you guys 30 days free of their service and one free audiobook of your choice. All you have to do is download the app, iPhone, Android, no matter what you got. Download the app for free. Go through the sign-up process using our link. You got 200,000 audiobooks to choose from. One of those will be free. If you guys don't want to stay on with Audible, you guys can cancel on day one or day 30, and you get to keep your audiobook for free. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. Harrys.com/script for your free $13 trial set. And last but not least, barbershopwindow.com. Off the script on Barbershop Window. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Use code BSHOP20 for 20% off the official online shop of Off the Script, and the only place where you can get the new 100,000 commemorative t-shirt on Barbershop Window, man. Thank you guys so very much. I'll leave you a picture of Cody before I get the fuck out of here, because why? The AEW effect is going to be in full effect on Sunday at the Chamber. I'll see you guys then. Until then, the Chamber review will be up immediately after the show is over, and I'll see you guys there. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you Sunday night after the Elimination Chamber.